body is a fragile thing. At speeds of more than 8 miles an hour, an impact with a hard surface can cause leg and ankle fractures. A skin temperature above 70 degrees centigrade will produce serious burns in less than a second. Large fragments of broken glass traveling at more than 35 miles an hour will penetrate and lacerate the skin. Acute exposure to radiation will produce bleeding, loss of hair, and loss of white blood cells. All these effects are produced by a nuclear weapon. Could we survive them?
540,000 degrees Fahrenheit, an ultrasonic boom breaks through a never-ending night. The EMP short circuits all electronics, but the bass drums ring out with primitive string harmonics. Crawl out like roaches from underground nests. No lead vests needed to protect these strong heads. Stand tall on two legs while no one else stands at all, sitting patiently while the radiation begins to fall. Charcoal silhouettes become the new graffiti. Blast masks scatter bodies to ash like morbid confetti. Pure energy became deadly to recharge society's enemy. The hip-hop community lives on through nuclear immunity. Time to rebuild a new form of existence where the downtrodden become the kings of millions. Villains forgotten as they return to put their names up. The new era begins, all thanks to the bomb blast.
At the instant of detonation, the temperature of a nuclear fireball is 20 million degrees, as hot as the center of the sun. This is the first effect, a pulse of intense heat and light. Across large areas of central London, people and objects burst into flames, melt or char.
And there's nothing we could have done to save the rest of them. The earth was scorching like the sun. It was like a plague for lesser men. The day the wave of flame came and perished them, the acid rain washed away their remains and the terror ends. We survived the initial blast and still alive after the contamination. Ravenous rhymes in a hazardous situation, and it happened in all nations. Only the hip-hop heads left to wander a toxic world, doing what we do best, a true test for mankind. We mutate over time, inhabit a cremated planet that shouldn't have any life. And now we gather at night as ash falls from the sky and rap in the mic, reciting our lives. Our culture thrives because of the past mistakes made. We all learn to speak in rhyme as we enter a new age where man, woman and child are destined to spend their days perfecting their styles in the nuclear haze.
Directly under the fireball, if we freeze time at the exact instant of the explosion, these are the effects of the heat alone in different parts of the city. The heat rays, like light, travel in straight lines. Any window from which the fireball is visible will admit the heat rays into the inside of the house. In precise terms, the heat energy at this distance is 350 calories per square centimeter. That is enough to vaporize the road surface, melt parts of statues, and set fire to everything combustible. Thermal rays are hot enough to ignite trees and scorch away the grass. The heat from the fireball will ignite the upholstery and rubber tires of cars and their petrol tanks. It will melt the sheet metal of buses. The effect on directly exposed flesh is the same. It behaves like the meat in the butcher's window. Animal fats melt and burn. Tissues are charred to black carbon. Pain, delirium, and probably death.